There, on the massive fur-covered bed, my sister Clara was naked. My fiancé Jax pounded into her wildly. She moaned like a bitch in heat.
What the hell are you doing?
Clara looked up at me with flushed cheeks.
Sister, Jax and I are truly in love. Please, let us be together. And we've already crossed the line. If I don't marry Jax now, no other prince will want me as—
Clara was pleading, crying out loudly. Father appeared behind me and spoke up for her.
Rowena, maybe you can pick another mate. Clara just made a small mistake.
Father always favored Clara because I was his bastard daughter. With innocent tears, Clara's eyes burned with ambition. I knew she was reborn too. This time, she jumped into Jax's bed to steal him. In my past life, after the Great War between humans, vampires, werewolves, and elves, an agreement was made. Hybrid offspring would rule the world. Whoever bore the first hybrid child would claim power for their line. In my last life, I chose to marry Jax, the eldest son of the werewolf pack. I gave birth to our hybrid son, a black-furred pup we named Zeal. Our child became the next world ruler. Jax gained immense power. My sister had lusted after the elves' beauty and married into their clan. But the elf prince slept with every female in the forest. In the end, my sister caught a disease that left her barren. Jealous and bitter, she set a fire that burned me and my young pup alive. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day of the racial alliances. My sister had already slept with Jax first. She had been reborn too, but she didn't know that Jax was brutally savage with his mates. He had torn countless she-wolves apart in his bed during his ruts. I nodded, putting on a knowing smile.
Since you and Jax are so in love, I won't stand in your way.
Clara hadn't expected me to agree so easily.
Clara, get up. Thank your sister for her blessing.
Father sighed in relief.
Thank you, sister.
Clara bounced out happily.
Girls grow up so fast. Hard to keep them around.
Father joked. But when he turned and saw my cold face, he looked guilty.
Rowena, the only unmated heirs left from the ruling clans are the vampire lord Thorn. I think the elves aren't a bad pick. Their looks and status are way above the vampires.
I cut Father off.
Father, I'll mate with the vampire clan's Thorn.
Humans always saw vampires as cold-blooded monsters, full of prejudice. For thousands of years, no human had chosen a vampire alliance, so the vampires never produced a world ruler. They got them sidelined by the other races, treated as outcasts with no resources. But before I was burned to death in my past life, I saw the Vampire King trying to save me. I must repay that debt of gratitude. Father just sighed and said nothing. Clara mocked me right to my face.
Sister, even if you can't have Jax, you don't have to pick the rundown vampire clan. Don't end up starving before you even pop out a kid. I hear the vampires are going bankrupt. If your days get too rough, sister, I can pack up some leftovers for you.
Without caring about the servant's weird looks, covering her mouth and laughing hysterically, Clara didn't know that humans and werewolves didn't breed easily. After 6 months with no pregnancy, Jax had turned his rage on me, tormenting me day and night, his thick shaft pounding into me brutally until I bled, all while growling about needing a pup. It wasn't until I used a secret ritual to get pregnant and birthed Zeal. I smiled faintly.
No need to worry about me, sister. Since he's the mate I chose, I won't regret it, right?
Rowena, what's there to be proud of picking a broke-ass vampire?
Seeing how calm I was and not angry at all, Clara got furious herself and knocked all the pastries off the table.
I'll be the first to get pregnant. My child will be the next alliance ruler. I will be the winner. You are the loser this time.
I ignored her tantrum and went to prepare for the wedding in 3 days. Clara was right about one thing. The vampire clan was dirt poor. I worried they couldn't even afford a proper gown, so I planned to get one ready myself. But to my surprise, that night, Thorn came personally to deliver the wedding dress. This was the first time I really took in Thorn's appearance. His skin was pale as moonlight, flawless and smooth, with sharp, chiseled features that screamed otherworldly allure. He was the epitome of vampire charm, tall and muscled. Opening the box, there was a blood-red trailing gown, the chest adorned with glowing dark crimson gems. I'd never seen such a stunning dress. I was mesmerized.
Rowena, this dress was handcrafted by the finest tailors of our vampire clan. The blood gem is a blessing from our kind.
Thorn looked at me with deliberate distance.
This is the first vampire-human union. If anything's not to your liking, tell me.
Thank you. I love it.
Just as I was about to put the dress away, Clara sauntered in, arm linked with Jax's, looking smug.
Whoa, really? That ugly dress? Jax prepared whole 10 wedding gowns for me, each one sexier than the last.
Jax's hand sliding down to squeeze her ass possessively, his bulge already tenting his pants. Clara only knew werewolves were deeply loyal, but she didn't get that it was pure instinct. If she didn't give him a pup soon, would Jax still pamper her? Thorn's grip on his scepter tightened for a moment. He looked at me seriously.
It's my vampire clan that's wronged you, Miss Rowena. I promise you. Thorn will never betray you in this life.
Clara snorted.
Flattery will get you everywhere. We'll see how well you fare when you're with child.
Clara couldn't stop yapping about babies. Her barren past life was a thorn in her side.
Sister, focus on your own mating. Someone might think you're eyeing my fiancé again.
I smiled faintly at Clara. In the midst of her and Jax's ugly expressions, I took Thorn's hand and left. Soon, from behind, I heard Clara flirting with Jax. She pressed her body against his, grinding her hips into his massive bulge.
Jax, baby, we fell in love tonight and sank like this. I so want your baby to grow in my belly.
My stupid sister, reborn and still obsessed with rising through motherhood. Thorn's cool, detached voice whispered in my ear.
Miss Rowena, I know you chose me out of necessity, but I swear, within my power, I'll never let you suffer.
I turned, but I accidentally bumped right into his chest. A strange, intoxicating scent filled my nose. I looked up at him, speaking seriously, word by word.
Thorn, I chose you willingly. And from now on, call me Rowan. Don't be so formal.
I saw a flicker of something unusual in his eyes.
All right, Rowena.
3 days later, the weddings happened as planned. Both ceremonies were at the same grand hall. This time, the werewolf wedding was even bigger than in my past life. They invited hidden witches for blessings and prayers. All the major clans attended theirs. Our vampire side felt quiet in comparison. No extra guests, but the vampires were thrilled. Mating with a pure human meant a shot at claiming the Alliance throne. After the ceremony, I ran into Clara face to face.
Sister, I had no idea Wolf's appetite was so insatiable.
She deliberately tilted her neck, showing off the fresh bite marks and hickeys Jax had left on her skin, red and raw from his rough claiming. Smug bitch, I smiled slightly.
Good luck with that.
In my past life, she assumed my pregnancy was simple and figured she'd have the same luck. She'd bragged to the pack about getting knocked up within 6 months. Word spread fast. I was waiting to see her make a fool of herself.
Whatever. You wouldn't understand anyway. You'll be living in a huller.
She gave a disgusted glance at the nearby vampires, hitched up her skirt, and brushed past me. I grabbed her arm, stopping her, and slapped her on the face.
Apologize to the vampire species. What is wrong with you?
Clara got mad and yelled. We started arguing right there in the hall. The lingering guests stopped to watch the show.